With 2025 coming to an end, I thought that now would be a good time to talk about my current thoughts on the state of the game currently, my thoughts about the future of it, if it looks good or not, and and my thoughts on the direction the game is going in. So, what do I think about how the game currently is? Well, I'd say it's in a much better spot than the Edge of Fate launch, but it's still in a rough spot. The portal still isn't good, although the whole Vanguard alerts thing I do like a lot more than the current portal, as that feels more like what the portal should have been, which was just a collection of playlists, not a hub for every single activity in the game. But they still haven't added the Kepler to the destination screen, which sucks. But I do have a little bit of a theory about that, and that's because it was leaked that there's going to be a Destiny 3 in development currently. Now obviously this is a leak, so I don't know if it's true or not. But since but since it has been leaked that Destiny 3 isn't currently in like very early pre-production, they may just be deciding to just not waste time putting them into the director screen and just decide to focus on Destiny 3 and the development of Marathon, which is supposed to come out in March 2026 next year. Or well, this year depends on when I actually finish this. But yeah, so as for the loot, well, heat weapons are really fun. I do like those, but that's kind of it for the current state of the game. It's not nearly as bad as the Edge of Fate, but it's still not exactly the greatest. The portal still isn't fun, and yeah, that's it. Now, what do I think about the future of the game? Well, I would say it's definitely much more optimistic than I had when the Edge of Fate came out, because I thought the game was actually gonna die. But yeah, I remember seeing this image about like saying that this is basically the Warmind to where Edge of Fate was the Curse of Osiris, was like Curse of Osiris, and so if that followed that trend, the next expansion would be the Forsaken of the current state of the game, which maybe. It is gonna be like the first DLC without the whole Pete Parsons influence, so that's gonna be interesting to see. Because if you remember that he retired I believe it was like midway through Renegade's development. Plus, with the Edge of Fate, they were also developing the Portal at the same time, which is probably why the expansion was so bad compared to like Renegades, So if this is gonna be like a Renegades level expansion, like with the activity with an actual destination that is hopefully good, I believe that it would actually possibly be better than probably like maybe a top 3 expansion, which would be really nice. Although I do feel like with the current level of content they're offering, a $20 would be a much more reasonable price tag than if they decide to stick with like $40 for some reason. Plus, it's basically been confirmed that we are going to Old Chicago next expansion, so I am really excited to see how that is. But yeah, that's it for the future of the game. As for the direction the game is going in, I would say it's much better than the Edge of Fate. I still think that they need to just make the main grind no longer the power grind, just make the power grind significantly easier. As the main grind should not be the power grind, but the grind for the weapons, which I feel like is obvious. I don't really know how they don't understand that. They are still trying to kind of like force the portal to work, which I just don't think is possible. I think they should just give up and just remove the portal from the game and move like. I like this. I do like the seasonal hub and Vanguard orders things though, like that. Yeah, I do like those. The Vanguard alerts I also do like, although I feel like those should just be like turned into like the. One thing I do like about the portal though for sure is the bringing back of vaulted content. That is by far the biggest upside of the portal. With that, I believe that the old seasonal model, like with the old like Beyond Light to Edge of Fate era seasonal model, could actually work if they just put all the old stuff back in the portal, like the old social spaces, like the helm, all the different like yearly helm instances and stuff like that. I think that would allow the seasonal model to actually work because players could then actually play through the old seasonal campaigns if they didn't know what was going on, like for new players. But Bungie has yet to do anything regarding that, like campaign wise. But they also haven't done anything to bring back any like pre-Beyond Light seasonal activities too. I so yeah, that's kind of it. So my opinion on the current state of the game, it's still a bit bleak, but it's much more optimistic than the Edge of Fate. My thoughts on the game's future is, again, a lot more optimistic than the Edge of Fate, and slightly positive, I would say. And for the direction the current game is going in, I would say it's good, but not exactly what the game needs currently. If you this is just supposed to be like a short video rounding out 2025, so that's why it's so short. It was also just completely unscripted, so that's probably why it sounded like a bunch of rambling. If it did, please like and subscribe. Helps you in the algorithm. I like seeing your feedback if you comment as well. I love seeing feedback, and subscribe if you want more content like this. So, anyways, that's it. I will see you later.